So after I have assembled this cover, I have checked is everything spinning, and everything is working. Okay, everything is spinning, but the Kickstarter has stuck. So I will need to open it to see what's going on. So after I released all of the bolts, I didn't remove cover, but the Kickstarter returned into neutral position. So that means that the cover is pushing this part down. So I remembered probably my mistake, and here it is. As you can see, this aluminium part on this part here is a little longer than the rest of this part. On the other side of this aluminium part there isn't this longer part, so it is flat. So this is flat size and this one is not, so it needs to go like this size up. Okay, I have put it in the position where it should be. And before I close this part, just one reason why I installed this part in the cover. As you can see here, this is where the shaft seal is brushing. It is brushing on this part here. So when you're installing this cover, sometimes the shaft seal can stuck here and you could not see it, and it can damage shaft seal. So you need to be extremely careful when you're installing this aluminum cover on this part here. It is very easy that the shaft seal will, that one part of the shaft seal will go in and one part will not, so it can easily damage the shaft seal. So that is the reason why I will install this part onto the aluminum cover. It's much easier and safer. Before we begin with installing clutch assembly, there are a few things that we need to check, and one of those things are this disc. Now this disc must be flat from both sides, so when you put them together there should not be space between them like here. So right here is a big space between two of these discs, so that means that this part here is bent. As on the other side the space is much smaller. On this upper part there is almost no space between these two discs. And also we can check up this part here. There is also a really small chance that this part can be also bent or have some damage. But as we can see, this part is in excellent condition. And also you need to check if you are installing old clutch discs, are they still usable. You have these cut out parts, so if these barely visible parts, cut out parts, if they are barely visible, that means that the clutch disc is almost used up, or it means that it's not good for using. Luckily for me, these all clutch discs are still in very good condition. So I will use these old one. And one of the problem with using old clutch disc is that this part here, this upper part, can be damaged from used, and it can have lots of space between clutch bell and clutch disc, and you can hear its sound. Now sometimes that sound can be very loud, depending on how much these parts are used up. So every time when you change gear or change speed, going faster or going lower, you can hear that sound. Okay, so now it is time to tune up these bolts they need to be installed so that this upper part must be 5.7 millimeter from this part here. So this is 5.7 millimeters, so